This is the GTA series videos Discord. This Discord as of 19 past 7 p.m. on Sunday, 29th of August 2021. Me, stop with the pinging for God's sake. I forgot I should have done this before doing the Discord part. Despite the fact it wasn't long, but Wonder Woman was... The plan for today was Wonder Woman, then the Witcher movie, then finish the day off with Zero Dark 30, and if I finish that, then I'm on for the rest of the day. But 20 minutes into 911, got bored. Nothing had really happened. I know I said it looks crap, but it's got universally positive ratings, and something that I don't think I mentioned about it was that it's actually quite risky. Because this is the very first time that something that, like an official Witcher thing, has deviated from Geralt. Like, all the books and games, and the first season of the show was all about Geralt. So this is quite fresh. Supposedly it worked. I haven't actually finished the film yet. 20 minutes in, I was like, screw it, I'm putting on Invincible. Because that was the plan. Once I ran out of movies, on Netflix, Sky Movies and all, I'd be going on to Invincible. But aside, screw it, I'm going to finish Witcher and Zero Dark 30 at home. So... Sorry, my mind keeps on going blank while I'm recording. Probably because I'm recording while also scrolling down, so I'm not even looking at my phone while I'm doing it. So, put on Invincible, watched 2 episodes, then as soon as the second episode was over, and my voice sounds weird, it's because I'm, like, something's caught in my throat. So after the second episode was over, the second episode of that day, I'd already seen the first episode, so I'm on episode 4. After the second episode was over, it was 5 o'clock. They usually go on with 5 o'clock with Dad had his earphones in. He wasn't aware of the time because he's not aware of anything. He's a very unaware person. He only sees what's directly in front of him. Like, literally, today, Granny, he had fries, like chocolate, in front of him. And Granny just sort of picked it up and tossed one at me. That sounds like she's beating me. She wasn't. I wanted one. And despite the fact it was literally right in his eyesight, he didn't even notice. But anyway, so we just filled up 911 for the rest of the day. So since the rest of it is just going to be shows, I might as well just tell the plan. Because most of these, actually some of them are going to require reviews. So next week is Invincible. I'm most likely going to finish it. So if I do, Falcon and Winter Soldier for the rest of the day. Then 2 weeks from now, Falcon and Winter Soldier until we finish it. And then Loki for the rest of the day. Hold on. And then 3 weeks from now, Loki until it's over. And What If? Probably for the rest of the day, because by then they'll be on like episode 6, I think. So, 4 weeks from now, What If? And CSI. And this is why I'm scrolling down. So I'm just gonna pause the video until I'm at the bottom. Okay, I'm finally at the bottom. So, I mean, this is a little idea that porridge needs to be added on here, which is like 1973. So, not gonna watch Red Dwarf because I've already seen these, and there's Animaniacs. I've marked them as viewed, but I really haven't because the reboot is counted as a new show. It's kind of as a second show, a sequel. But on my tracker, the reboot is just a new season. So I'm not gonna watch the old Animaniacs. Most likely because I can't get access to it. Cold Fave, I've already seen it, all that. Right, here it is. So CSI, but I've already seen seasons 1 and 2. I know it. So we'll start off with CSI season 3, episode 2, then episode 3, 4, etc. until eventually Miami. Until 117. And then so on until the next show comes on, which is... And I'm not going to do Shameless. It's too adult. So there's NCIS, but I'm on season 2 of NCIS. And there's Veronica Mars, but she didn't like Veronica Mars. Because, it's just, like, frat stuff. Just bad episode. CSI Miami, etc. It's Twitter as of 7:30 p.m. on Sunday the 9th of August 2021. Donda released. Huh. The bull attack. Yeah, all the people that died, right? LGBT Alliance. I forgot about this. The LGBT Alliance is lesbians, gays, and bis sort of standing up against transgender people. LGBT Alliance defends the rights of lesbians, gays, and bisexuals whose rights and law are based on sexual orientation, not gender identity. Ironically, Pride was originally created to promote those rights. It's ludicrous that a gay man now can't assert those rights at a Pride event without being harassed and evicted. This shocking incident shows that today's LGBTQ plus movement is dominated by gender... Oh god, my throat is now screwing up. And I have the hiccups. Dominated by gender identity extremism. Those who take a different view, including trans dissenters, are hunted out. We strongly reject this mindset and will continue to promote our message. They have to write that in WhatsApp and then screenshot it. What's happening in Cambridge? Justin Trudeau? Oh no, what's Macron doing now? Right. Data. Nope. 3 months. 19 days. Right, nope. May seem like the audio was delayed, I'm just an idiot. Marcus. Billy Connolly, yeah, he's fine. Nope, Copper Cap.
YouTube has been something I've loved doing for my whole life. Please, anybody, that can help me get my channel back, I would appreciate it. I don't know why my channel has been terminated, but it's something I've worked on for the majority of my life.
So, a couple things. One, Cobra Cab is that guy that in 2010 South Park made a joke about gingers, and he made a video where he's like, where he says like, "Oh, we need to take South Park off the air. They made fun of gingers. I'm ginger," and then South Park parodied that video, and then like he was gonna transition in 2017, but I don't think it actually happened. And then nothing really happened. I mean, I looked at his channel last year, and he just sort of did a 10 years later version of his Gingers Have Souls video. Hold on. Sorry about that. I just had to mark off an episode of NCIS that I just finished. So, 2. That video sounds like a joke to me, because I watch Marcus and he constantly talks about all these left-wing YouTubers complaining about, saying, "Oh, we need to take down all these right-wing channels. They're going to turn our kids right-wing. Turn them into Nazis." And then they get their channels terminated. It's like, "Oh, please get my channel back up." So anyway, please, Team YouTube, help me get my channel back. I feel so lost right now. My channel was just terminated suddenly. I feel like a piece of me has been cut out. I've been on YouTube since 2010. If there's any way I can get my channel back, please let me know. Please help me. My responses to this are: 1, I don't understand. You only started doing YouTube because you were angry at the fact that South Park made fun of gingers. 2, it's just a YouTube channel. You're acting as if your mum died. Like, if ever since like February, I've been getting constant threats from. I've got like 4 threats from Instagram saying we may delete your page, and if that happens, I'll be extremely angry. Which, of course, I will. Instagram, I've got nothing to say that hasn't already been said by me about Instagram. And if my YouTube were to get deleted, then same thing. Like, I know that he's been doing it for 10 years. I've been only doing it for 1. But, I mean, still. Well, I've been doing YouTube for 1 year. I've been doing Instagram for 4 years. I don't care. Hey, Team YouTube, this is clearly a false takedown. It's Copper Cab. He would never have done anything to warrant his termination. Just came home with the train ripping because I don't care. Question is, were they big enough to trigger anyone? If so, then would you make an absolute mad vlog? I have no idea where I have my Raycons in. The hell was that? No state on you, gay penis. What's beyond standard first? You need help. I have no idea who that is on the right. Important fact, Buckfist looks just like Coca-Cola. Well, yeah, it's just like brown goo. I mean, I never realized it until now, but still. People really be like, never mind human rights, what about my feelings? American opinions on movies be like, there's no pictures in this book, it's just words and crap. Please name a good recent movie available on streaming. Pretty sure Dunkirk is still on Netflix. Certainly on CNN. Nuclear. Bruh, Dunkirk was so boring. That's because it's not like not every movie needs to be directed by Michael Bay Yanks. I don't really remember much from Dunkirk. I remember liking it, and that's it. Any good movie that recently came out on streaming. I'm not gonna go. Obviously, there's a Witcher movie, but I haven't seen that yet. But just hold on. I'm just gonna cheat it. I don't know. I don't know who Matt Walsh is, but I'm pretty sure he's British. So, you have Nobody on HBO Max. I think it was on HBO Max. I don't know. Americans when a movie doesn't have The Rock in it. Taliban are calling out the population in Kabul that the hand over all privately owned weapons and ammunition within a week. Habibis, you must understand the population must do bad things with guns. No civilian needs an assault rifles for their own good, inshallah. Pappy. Pippi. No. Watch as I deliver remarks on the terror attack at Hamid Karzai International Airport and the US service members and Afghan victims killed and wounded. Habibi, if you don't get our men out by the 31st, it means we get to keep them. Great glorious nation Afghanistan is free again, inshallah, and Trump will be back and for you, God bless America. You mean the guy that lost to a man who can't even dress himself, inshallah? Oh, may your mouth get its karma soon, Habibi. We believe when we have our men out, and you dirt scum may return to the year 600, and I will stay gloriously free in America. Largest prison population in the world, and says she's gloriously free. Great and glorious grown-up men sitting in their caves in the desert and occasionally killing innocent people wonder why Afghan people are so desperate to leave the country. The only thing leaving is useless. If I could, click, or if I could snap, I would snap. I can't. High Nation will attract investors that it should. Contacts if it's always a fit. What? You need investors when you have poppies. Screw you, drop your addy. I'll drop you. Officers shot Trump supporter on January 6th reveals identity. I saved countless lives. He's right, Babbitt was an Avenger and could have taken down the entire building from the whole government and she got through that door. Maybe not her, but the hunters behind her. The stance conservatives have on this is just hypocritical. She's trying to get into a building illegally with a few hundred people. And they really surprised when she got shot, really. If she was Antifa, what would you be saying? I'd be saying that's screwed up. I don't like what Antifa do. Doesn't mean I want them all moved down. Wish I moved all my weight equipment outside sooner. Working outside is great. However, when the winter rolls around and watch my fast this opinion change, just 1%, bro. Biden admin gave Taliban lists of American citizens, green card holders, and Afghan allies that need to get into the airport. Camille agreed that America isn't a superpower anymore. I have a list. I'm checking it twice. Gonna find out he's not here nice. I know it's great, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Free from what? You're now stuck under a religious dictatorship and back in a third world nation again. But you do have every right to thank Dementia Joe. You are an ignorant idiot, Durga, Durga, Durga. You are an ignorant fool monkey, Durga, Durga, Durga. Tailbone. Hi, my name is First Name, bunch of numbers, and I have some incredibly haram opinions. But I leave a bunch of discourse because I'm over 30 and don't interact about 80 and don't be mad, nothing personal, just need some spring cleaning. You don't even use your server. Here are the reasons for that. One, I don't actually own it and have no control over it. Two, it's full of scam. Three, 30% of users are undercover journalists and feds. Four, too many of the higher ranks try to roast me, but listen up, bloody cringe, and I hate cringe. Wait, they try to roast you in a Discord dedicated about you, basically. That sounds super gay. Friends make fun of friends, even in their own house. It's how we keep egos in check. Can you imagine having friends who don't roast you and you roast them back? What a weird relationship that would be. Man, you're active as hell on Twitter. What is so interesting to you in this platform? Salt. One time when I was asleep on a couch, my friends lifted it and slid the side cupboards on either side of it under like a slip, so the couch was 6 feet in the air. And screamed at me, so I cramped myself and rolled off the couch and fell 6 feet onto my face. If by free you mean free to return to a caliphate from 780, you're welcome to it. Thanks for all these free guns. Also, I do use it, but I just hang out in the voice channels. Oh god, message from the Overwatch team. If my phone could just... There we go. But the Overwatch universe around the idea of inclusivity, equity. Yes, equity. You have that image of equality versus equity, and equality is that one person, like each person gets a box, so the third kid still can't see through the match. But for equity, the tall guy gets no boxes, the middle guy gets one box, and the short guy gets two boxes, so they're the same height. That's equity in theory, but equity in reality would be to saw off their legs. Anyway, I hope we're the building blocks of a better future. They are central to the game of the Overwatch team. 1. Having diversity in Overwatch will not make the world a better place. 2. Overwatch is a multiplayer only game. The fact that you have a lesbian character means absolutely nothing. Same way that Siege now has a transgender character means absolutely nothing. Like if you did it in one of your other games, I don't know, I can't think of any other thing that Blizzard made. But if they had a trans character in Assassin's Creed, that would be different to having a trans character in Siege, because AC is campaign only. As we continue to discuss how we best live up to our values and demonstrate our commitment to creating a game world that reflects them, we believe it's necessary to change the name of the hero currently known as McCree to something better what Overwatch stands for. What's wrong with the name McCree? Does that have some sort of racist connotation to it? Is McCree named after some sort of real life person that constantly said the N-word or something? We realize that any change to such a well-off central hero in the game's fiction will take time to roll out correctly, and we'll share updates as this work progresses. In the near term, we had planned to kick off a narrative arc in September supported with a new story and game content. What? Huh. If you're gonna have a story and all like that, then I guess I take back my statement on the fact that it doesn't matter that you have a lesbian character in it, because you have a story. Anyway, of which McCree was a key part. Since we want to integrate this change in the story arc, we will be delaying the new arc until later this year, and instead launching the FFA map this September. Going forward, in-game characters will no longer be named after real employees, and will be more thoughtful and discerning about adding real world references in future Overwatch content. So McCree was named after a real person who worked on the game. So I'm guessing McCree was... He probably had some racist tweets from 2012 at the most recent would have been 2012. Anyway, this will help reinforce that way you're building a fictional universe that is unmistakably different from the real world and better. Illustrates that the creation of Overwatch is truly a team effort. Work on these updates underway, and they're just part of our ongoing commitment to honest reflection and making whatever changes are necessary to build a better future we're fighting for. We know that actions speak louder than words, and we hope to show you our commitment to making Overwatch a better experience and game continue to make our team the best it can be. Yeah, having a character named after a racist, like, it's not going to affect players. People are going to go, oh no, I can't play this game anymore. When I hear the name McCree, it reminds me of racism. Also, who even plays Overwatch anymore? I played Overwatch like maybe 5 times in my life. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's just there's not much to it. Despite the fact we keep on adding stuff to it. Also, just change the name of the character to something else. Like, you don't even need to drop the Mick. Just have Mick Knight. There you go. Oh, for God's sake. Overwatch is anti-Scottish. We've recently reviewed our relationship with Stonewall and decided to withdraw from its Diversity Champions game. Our commitment to supporting the rights and freedoms of LGBTQ plus people as strong as ever. Full team notes. I was not expecting this. The comments were also overflowing with sodium chloride. Salt. On Black Ribbon Day, we remember the victims of communism and Nazi. Oh, victims of communism and Nazism. We stand with the survivors and their descendants, and with all those who continue to face violence and persecution from authoritarian and totalitarian regimes. That being said, Justin Trudeau has come out and said that he is alright with welcoming in ISIS members. I will show proof now.
The Liberal Party believes terrorists should get to keep their Canadian citizenship. Because I do.
His party even refused to vote for a symbolic...
Okay, so it wasn't ISIS, but still. It was terrorists to keep their citizenship. Actually, it was communism that defeated Nazism. 26 million Soviets sacrificed their lives to crush Hitler's Germany. Compared to just 400,000 Americans, Brits, and 20 million Chinese died beating Japanese fascism. This is the Holocaust revisionism from Western imperialist governments. This is the tanky equivalent of the trains were always on time. I have no idea what that means. China vows to retaliate if blamed for coronavirus leak, Bloomberg. So, who was responsible then? Because literally all you had to do was lock down the country, not allow anyone to escape, and it wouldn't be a global pandemic. It wouldn't even be a pandemic by now. It would have been disappeared from China at this point. Should have just thought about that before they leaked the virus. Someone actually paid $1.3 million for an NFT cartoon rock. Man, that's crazy anyway. The Nazi fucking Nations of the World NFTs are for sale. Nations of the World is an NFT now as well. Actually, almost started World War III. Friend. You've blessed this wee smoke shop with your vast knowledge of Korean arboreal engagements.
Metal surgeon, and the cycle would continue flavoring names to a metal surgeon.
That's a pretty sweet setup. Right, this has been his pin ever since he tweeted it out. 29th of June 2019. GoFundMe have completed all verification checks of the law firm who will be acting as beneficiary for the money, and the funds have been transferred into the escrow account. Not a penny of the money has been touched by my own personal accounts. The email addresses have been redacted. I'm white, but I would love to smash your dirty face in. You make us all look like racist, brainless fools. Absolute waste of space. I feel sorry for your mother. You wasn't worth pushing out. If only crypto could buy IQ points. New video in 2 hours. Starting now. Mash al. Well, that's because it's not funny. They're killing people. People literally don't find humor in it. I'm not killing anyone. I get my men to do it. In 1 hour. No need to get raging just because I don't have any spare change on me. I'm protected, just like my armpits with my Car 24 arm protection. So this guy must have really been up close and sniffing, which is really weird. Marcus, does the Taliban have any stance on traps and whether they're gay or not? Brother, to quote the Quran itself, if they pass, it's for the ass. Marcus, what is your stance on abortion, my habibi? That depends. What is the gender? Have you tried Fire Human Elite yet? Not yet. Currently trying to source another video editor, but I'll play it when I get home tonight. I am remaining hopeful and I'll try my best not to let my extreme aliens fanboys and cloud my judgment. Oh, it's an alien game? I didn't know it was out already. Sweetie, having the right to say things doesn't mean there won't be any consequences for the things you say. The West offered us a lot of Humvees, MRAPs, and M4s, and I'm enjoying them very much along with my 24 state-sanctioned wives. Man, you have 24 state-sanctioned wives? I only have 11 state-sanctioned wives. How did you get so many, brother? Because Zal is, well, the IP, an absolute shagger. Peace be upon him. Nice try, baby, but we'll have the same free speech in the UK where... Oh. Go to Afghanistan and do your free speech. Let's see, hypocrite. Free speechless UK where you're allowed to say anything the government allows you to say. Literally, the difference between free speech in Afghanistan and free speech in the UK is that in Afghanistan, you say something the government doesn't like, they'll kill you. And in the UK, if you say something the government doesn't like, they'll arrest you. So we don't really have free speech, we just have it better than Afghanistan and other similar countries. Like, free speech is no criminal consequences. Like, if I were to say something offensive and people got offended, that's fine, but I shouldn't be arrested for anything I say. Unless it was like, you know, I was threatening to blow the place up and it seemed like a genuine threat. Still crap, but I'm getting better. While Marcus was spending his time trolling people on Twitter and thinking he was Taliban, Afghanistan's well-known comedian was just executed, and even had the balls to crack jokes as he was led away. Will we ever see a eulogy from Marcus? Can't make him fun of him even as they were leaving the way they executed him. The balls in that guy, absolute chad. You're so brainwashed, can't even think straight. Taliban will turn out to be so ineffective and you'll be poor. Poor. I drive a different Humvee to work every day. Yes, this is still going. Does anyone have a good relationship with anyone they're related to by blood, or is it just an idea? Oh my god. An idea sold to us by the media? Are you trying to say that biological ancestry isn't real? I don't think I can keep up with the replies to this. Yikes. I hate that so many people reply to say, oh yes, my blood relatives, and then I have there are those of us out here who don't have good relationships with their blood relatives. The idea that most people have good relationships with blood relatives is a media thing. I would say that most people do not have a perfect relationship with their blood relatives. As for the media, which I'm just going to say TV, by media I think they mean like shows, movies, the news and all. No one on the news is saying that everyone has a perfect family. As for TV, it really depends on the show. Right? Like, I dropped my brother off at his dorm room 18 years ago and haven't seen him since. We text occasionally, but I don't think we're living in those Folgers commercials where the kid comes home from college and makes coffee for his parents, etc. If you run into an asshole in the morning, you run into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day, you're the asshole. Stone toss. What is up with this thing where you like set up those crates and try and step down them? I'm not a leftist. I'm a liberal leftist. Actually, the opposite is true. A liberal who will call your employer to report you for not being sufficiently liberal enough. Why it's so hard for leftists to understand what made Stone Toss so popular? I swear I've seen over a dozen copycats that haven't even come close to his work, and they seem shocked as to why every time. When someone gets mad at a Stone Toss joke, I'm going to create a meme that is so unnecessarily long, preachy, and unfunny. There's nothing more soul-destroying than young religious people. Muslim sisters outside the GPO serving food to those who need undecisive day for compassion and common sense. Ireland showing some of its best qualities. Group of Antifa were saved by police after they were beaten and forced to retreat as a violent left. First right protest in California, Antifa and other left-wing protesters gathered to oppose a straight pride event. Look, if people are... we should be equal. If we're going to have gay pride events, we should have straight pride events. Right. Either we have both or none. Preferably none, because being gay isn't really that much of an accomplishment. I've said this probably like at least twice now, but anyway. But it's so hard to come out. Doesn't matter. Just come out. Not that hard. Sorry for quoting Aaron. But anyway. Like, something that requires hard work you should be proud of. Like, look at that Noel Dresden video. So for me, I'm proud of the fact that I passed all my GCSEs. Oops. Woke up today to learn that no one has been fired for the Afghan debacle. If I were a Democrat, I'd be giving up all hope for the next 2 national elections. Brett being 95 sucked them. Socialism never works. Denmark has a higher standard of living than America. You know, Denmark doesn't have a minimum wage. Yes, they have strong unions and enforce a de facto higher minimum wage in the United States, but you don't believe in unions either. Where's the punchline? Yeah, I also didn't get the... I don't think there was a punchline to that. Love seeing people try to start this beast, Stone Toss and fail. Far-right's love of farmers markets and plays into a larger fascist tomboy. Oh, for God's sake. I support the working class. Well, shucks, good to hear, friend. Iran and Russia are accusing the US of relocating ISIS fighters from Iraq and Syria to Afghanistan. Seems very possible. The US might do this as a means to turn the region into a problem for China. Oops. Not you sharing an unedited comic from that baby penis Miller ever. What's the point of editing it when someone will just post "Don't toss as a Nazi" in the comments anyway? Are they called ISIS or ISIL? I'd call them Israel. Making medical decisions concerning infections diseases based on everything. That's the funniest memes. How does the milk crate challenge? Also, for God's sakes, challenge. Everyone on TikTok, all the trends on TikTok aren't trends or challenges. Even when there's no difficulty to it. But how does that end up with a shootout with 3 people dead? I'm going to pause the video and play the rest just in case that this guy gets shot and you can see it. Okay, so no one was shot on camera, but you did hear the gunshots. So you can't actually see the people shooting, but what I'm assuming is that there's some random gangster saw something he didn't like, wanted to sort it out, so those random gangsters, and I apologise in advance for swearing, but here's my message to you. What a fucking pussy. POV, ye grim vulnerable children. Wait, is that shoe on head? Ain't the rich. Now for the left, this Virgin Force even conceived. Forget your zodiac sign, tell me your McNuggets dipping sauce. Imagine. Good luck sticking me with that syringe. Broke, left versus right. Woke, humorless versus humorless. Time stone toss missed. Turn the paper around. You can literally see both sides of the paper, dumbass. Film report recorded on TV came the fight before Lego. Northeast Portland after being pacified. Leopard status owned. Some beer really be closer to eating than drinking. He looks like that guy. Oh, the one I was talking about yesterday that was part of, like, he was interviewed in the magazine, his name is Jacob something, and, like, literally all he does to look feminine is put on not even makeup, he just puts on lipstick. This one remind you how like, gorgeous I am. You have stubble and lipstick. Holy crap, the Stone Top Hell Shanies is real. This is memes as of 14 past 8 PM on Sunday the 29th of August 2021. The following video has copyrighted music in the background, so I've muted my phone. If I got kicked under the fridge with ice cubes. Hey, it's lit down here. Got my missing meal key, let's go. I'm all in. Fine trail makes me feasting tonight. Not the broom, we lost our gum. Movie night. We lost one tonight, melted too young.